Yo, what's up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. I'm Jeff Bache, all about that Bache. Joined every Tuesday with Logan. Logan, what's up, dude?
Not much, B. Just looking forward, like I have been for about the last month. It feels like to our Atlanta regionals, to being able to kind of get together with you guys and some more of the boys from the Cardboard Warriors, and just be able to play Pokemon competitively. Um, eyeing up some of the other side events that may be able to be done. A buddy of mine and I are going, so I think that we may check out some of the raid format stuff if they have some of that going on. But just really, really, really looking forward to Atlanta. Been pretty busy at work today, so definitely ready for a reprieve, ready to play some cards, especially
Uh,
after this hot weekend and everything we've seen.
oh, yeah. I'm ready for some cards, too. Been kind of a crazy couple days for me, too. Ended up crashing out on a couple of my students today. Also learned what the term crashing out means. But my 7th, 8th block, I'm sorry if you're watching. But we're going to get into some cards today, take my mind off of school before spring break. Man, those high schoolers can be a little rowdy, but they're still good people. And so we're going to play some good cards today. Again, Logan mentioned Atlanta Regionals. I'm so stoked today. I was finalizing. I've had my hotel booked for a while now, but I was getting messages like this last week, like, hey, you got any space? You got any space? So I think I'm going to have a couple locals crashing with me last minute, and we'll see how that goes. We got Justice on stream up this Friday for some tabletop. We're going to have Ben Morse on the pod coming up. I mean, there's some big things happening. And then we got Atlanta Originals. I got to figure out my backpack stream setup. There's got to be a way to stream some of our matches, especially at the side event. I ordered like one of those magnetic phone chargers just in case I need to like use my phone. I can have it charged up. So that should be coming in the mail. So hopefully I can have like something for everyone if we're going to be, doing a little something here and there. Who knows? Who knows? But I don't want to get anyone's hopes too up because, we're going to be working on it. But that's that. That's it. We'll be in Atlanta. But let's get into the games today. I told Logan I have no idea. No idea what to play these days. You'll notice on screen I've got deck recommendations for future videos. If you want to throw that in the chat, and I probably need to do an updated Lightning Zone list at some point. I probably need to do Magirna Metal. I think that deck is going to be sick if I can get it up
Yeah,
and running. And there's probably some like one or two other things. I mean, we've done Haps, we've done Wailord. Like that feels like the big things.
yeah.
Maybe do some of these kind of cool, interesting lists from the 1K. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Logan. Besides Tankman's list,
Yeah.
I don't know if there was a
Vanilla.
lot I'm really
Yeah.
excited to play. It kind of felt like there was like Turbo Dark, there was Hydropump, there was I think a standard Dark list, there was what looked like something very similar to Z-Man's Monkey Dory list that was piloted by Brooke. So I don't
Yep.
know. Like we've done all those decks before, right? Like the top 8 was just a showing of good decks in the format. Dragobox was there. We've had that on stream. So it's just like, I don't know. Maybe we'll have Trevor's list on stream at some point. But again, I just don't know if there's like a lot to really talk about the 5K list or the 1K list. They were good. They were really good. And we'll talk about them with Ben. But yeah. So anyway, deck recommendations. Put them in stream. Put them in chat. If you're watching this later on YouTube, drop them out. I need some motivation to make some videos. And people telling me that they want to see their favorite decks will hopefully get me motivated. And I'm hoping that playing in person Gym Leader Challenge with all the wonderful people down in ATL will also kind of boost my want to put together some paper decks. So there's that. But Logan, let's get into it. Do you have a preference on what you want to play first?
Actually, yeah. I think I want to jump into fire first
Cool.
for sure.
Fire's actually tough for Hitmon
Fire,
Bros,
fire.
but I'm gonna play Hitmon Bros. I had a really, really interesting match with a local the other day. I was playing another spread deck into their fire list, and man, Ente's a house for these spread decks.
Yeah.
I
Wait.
guess let's do a little quick
This,
deck tech. Logan, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're fine. This list isn't running Entei exactly, so we won't have to worry about that guy. But definitely some other big guys in there. This is the SwampFire list that I played several
Ah,
weeks back. That Spence and everybody had been on for quite some time.
yeah.
Yeah, so you may have a little bit better time with that
I don't
because
know.
I don't think we have anything big that's really gonna be. attacking for major damage until you take a couple of prize cards and consistently anyway.
Skeledirge is a house. It's always something we get to look out
Exactly.
for. And plus, fire can kind of like not bench if it needs to. I mean,
Sure.
yeah, so we'll see how it goes. All right, we're playing Hitmonbros. You guys know the deal. Halucha is my favorite card in the format. You've got your 3 Hitmons. Each of them costs 1 energy. You need to do their attacks in succession. Hitmonchan is 30, retreat to the bench. Hitmonlee is 90 to a bench Pokemon after you've Hitmonchan. And the last attack is Hitmontop, 60 everywhere for 1 energy. You pair that with really powerful, strong attackers. Okidogi, my Logan signed Okidogi. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Heck yeah.
And then you got Crisis Muscles Machamp and Avenging Knuckle Lucario. Again, cheap, efficient, big threats that can kind of take over games by themselves if needed. Some additions to my list recently. This is kind of a more like stock competitive list. I'm still going to be playing Ninja Boy. You guys know me. I think this card's just good. So I'm going to play it. I love this card. It's kind of my techie piece. But beyond that, TM Devo has found its way into my list. There's a lot of big boys running on my locals, so this is my way to kind of get around that. And of course, the last little bit here that I've added in is I've finally caved, and I'm playing Training Court. It's somewhere down the way. Training Court, I need to get a gold copy so I can bling up my deck. But I'm playing Training Court. I was stubborn. I wasn't playing this card for a long time. I've come around. It's worth it. Play Training Court in your deck. But also play this sweet Halucha. This Halucha is my favorite card. Again, all of Gym Leader Challenge. You play it to the bench. You put 2 damage counters, 1 on each of your opponent's Pokemon. Again, you get picked 2, put 1. So I love me some Halucha. Flying Entry. Won my first ever CBW tournament with this card. It will always be with me.
Love it.
All right, Logan. Boop, 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 boop. All right, you feeling heads or tails? I know it's heads, but
You know me.
I'm going to ask
Yeah,
anyway.
let's go.
All right, it's
Go.
tails. We'll go second.
All right.
I have a feeling tonight I'm going to mulligan into Oblivion. It's like I spoke it into existence. There's Machoke.
Pretty dope hand apart from no basics.
Yeah. It's kind of how I feel about this hand, too. Dude, only 3 fighting players at the 1K, dude.
Yeah.
Where are you, fighting players? Where you at? You would have been eating good, man. Lightning was there.
Yeah.
Colorless
Lightning.
was there. Yeah, I know. People, we've just been eating so good. But I get it. 7 round Swiss. Can you trust fighting? I don't know. I would have. Dragon would have been tough, though. I found the Dragon matchup to be pretty tough. I was reading through Weeder's article today. If you guys haven't checked it out, Weeder wrote kind of like a recap episode of the 7 deck list that he had, plus some interesting things about it. Top 24 deck lists, 19 of them were Dragon or colorless. 12 to 7, colorless on top. So again, double energies doing the thing.
Yep. That's it.
All right. We got a starter. It's the worst starter, but we do got it. Mulligans canceling out here. As long as everything's prize, I should have a route to Hitmonchan turn 1. All right, we got Halucha.
All right, I've got a Vulpix. First, I will draw for turn. I'd love to have hit an energy off that top deck, but that's okay. Got a pretty decent hand otherwise. Got a Buddy popping to kick us off. Let us look at these prize cards, see what we have managed to stuff over here.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too bad. Volcanians over here, but we're not getting Flare Starter going second. So not that big of a hurt. Ball guy over here, Giant Hearth, Escape Rope, Energy Retrieval, and 1 basic Fire Energy. So all kind of cards that we can work around as the game goes on.
Yep.
Major Pokemon problems. Buddy Poppin. 70 HP or less.
This is where, like, there's a little bit of anti-synergy with the Dirge, right? Buddy Poffin doesn't quite grab Baby Croc. I think you have a 90 HP printing. I think you have an 80 HP printing. It's also one of those weird cards where you want the higher retreat cost so you can use heavy ball. So it's cool, it's awesome, but it does have its downsides, of course, like every basic and gym leader challenge.
Right. All right. Off of Buddy Buddy, we will get Slugma and Land it.
All right.
You actually have Heavy Ball in hand. We could go get that Baby Croc, but feels like probably need to hang on in case we need to use the Heavy Ball to go get Mag Cargo as early as next turn.
Mm-hmm. I
So we
respect
can
that.
start stacking our deck. So with that, I'll pass the turn over to you, B.
All right, big draw here. Oh, sweet. My hand was kind of like short in energy, and we top decked in energy, which is fine. We didn't have any energy in hand, so we had some options. Let's go Brooklet Hill here. Let's use Brooklet Hill. Let's do that good old cheater prize check. Hoping that our boys aren't prized. We got some good ones. Clara, Ball Guy, Teammates, and Riolu in the prizes, along with Lily's Pokédoll, but nothing beyond that. We have combo capabilities. And then because I top decked that energy, I got a little bit more options available to me. I do just have Guzma, so I could just like Guzma up a Slugma. The fact that you didn't attach is kind of like that you're not going to really be able to what's the word I'm looking for? You're not really going to be able to attack in with Vulpix next turn. So I was thinking about getting down Machop into Machoke. These are all things to consider because I do have Karina here too. Karina could get me like Machop and something else. I think with like the way that my hand is situated and the way that you're setting up, I think it's actually kind of better to go Guzma here. So I can use Karina as a way to get a basic if you bought my stadium next turn. So I think in the logical sense of things, I am going to go ahead and Guzma up the Slug. We'll go up into Hitmonchan here. We'll attach an energy to Hitmonchan. And then we will hit and run for 30, and we'll stay in the active. I'll shuffle up my deck here because I did not do a good job of that.
All right. I will draw for turn. And do have the Slugma active, but have the ability to get that evolved this turn to at least stack our deck. Don't really have many good supporter options. We have Guzma, we have Mallow, and Lana. So not really much that we can do there. We could Guzma up the... I think that's probably fine. I think we can go Heavy Ball for... We did top deck an energy too, so I think what we can do is we can Heavy Ball, start the turn with Heavy Ball for Cargo. Ball into Mag Cargo. Go attach for turn to land it.
Ooh, so landed attach. Call for family potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. Feels like a good play right here. We'll go Guzma up your Hawlucha.
All right, here comes the Hawlucha. Call for family doesn't mean that you don't get to get your Hawlucha card unless you can draw into it, which is the one downside. Or it means you can't get your Macargo card.
That's true. That's true. So probably safe, but I think... Yeah, that's pinchy.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to change your attachment to Vulpix maybe? I mean, you can if you want to, but I ran into a similar situation the other night where I was like, oh, I can't call for family and
smooth over or stack your deck. Right. Stack. Yeah, let's change the attachment to Vulpix.
Mm-hmm.
I will still promote Salandit. That's cool. And then I'll smooth over and then tap. Yeah.
All right. Logan's smoothing over there. This is where like the mind games come in. What is smoothing over currently? All right, let's draw here. That's a pretty good draw. It's gonna get my hand down though, more than I'd like it to be. Well, let's start with a Brooklet Hill here. Brooklet Hill is going to be just a Hitmonlee here. Let's just see if I have what options I have. I've got Tag Call, so I do have like U-turn board, energy, all these different things available to me. I've got Karina too, which could get me energy plus like Scoop Up Net for the Halucha. I think I gotta take down. Do I care about Ninetales really? I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if I care about Ninetales. So this is just where kind of like the sequencing matters. Like Guzmahala, get a special energy, or do I just get like Scoop Up Net? Well, I guess I have to actually Guzmahala here because I need two things. I need Pokemon and I need energy. So yeah, let's Tag Call. Tag Call is going to grab us. Cynthia and Caitlin. Guzmahala. Gonna go ahead and Guzma and Hala away that Cynthia and Caitlin. And I do think I am gonna ditch a Stadium Nav here. Off of this, we'll have 2 of the 3 stadiums out of our deck anyway, so I don't think we'll really need Silent Lab too much in this matchup. But I would like to get Training Court as one of my options. I'm gonna go ahead and grab U-turn board here. Nice to have. If I remember, if you're playing Spence's list, you got Lost City in your deck somewhere. That always makes me nervous. But we'll grab the Rainbow Energy here. So yeah, from here it's just U-turn board. Go up into Hitmonlee. I will drop down the Rainbow Energy. Do 10 to Hitmonlee. And so this is where like I think I gotta hit Macargo. If I hit the Ninetales, that means like I'm pretty much guaranteed the 60 next turn with Hitmontop. So it might be worth it just to hit Ninetales now and then just 60 next turn. It does give you another smooth over turn. Like what could you get this like in 2 turns that would disrupt me? So I think leaving the prize on board, even I don't know. This is tough. Logan, help me out. Do I take Macargo, right? This is my inexperience playing Fire.
Yeah, but you're the one who knows the Hitmon's list.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would probably value going after the attacker. I mean, the only fear with that is like, what if I stack Rahan or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. So like
pretty unlikely though, given where the board state was.
We're gonna go Vulpix. I think I can get into Hitmontop next turn. So I think we go Vulpix. It's giving you an extra turn, but I just don't think we care. All right, and that card is good. That gives us 2 outs in hand to a Hitmontop too.
Draw for turn, and I made a conscious decision here. I will do this. Let's we play down this Lost City. We're going to be locking ourselves into potentially getting just board wipe next turn. But if we don't, then he's guaranteed to be able to get the top. We're going to disrupt his hand. So less cards plus Lost City. I think is probably correct.
We're only at 5 cards in hand. I'm sure that your hand disruption is probably Marnie, though.
It is. It is. Yeah. And that was because my hands will be 2 cards after I drop the 2. So I think that's where I'm at anyway. So I am going to do this. Let's Lux Cape our Magcargo.
Nice.
All right. We're going to put Lost City into play.
All right. Brooklet Hill gun. Yeah, nice. All the way around. We had Ball Guy, which could fetch us energy plus Hitmontop because of the ball we're playing. We had Karina. And then I also had Field Blower for that Luxcape. So sweet Marnie all the way around here. Well, then you just draw an Arvin off the top sometimes.
Be like that sometimes, ain't it?
Yeah, our deck is just made to grab basics, right?
Right. Yep.
That's the only thing that matters is getting our combo into play.
We're gonna let her for 2 energies. Go back in with an Ultra Ball. Ball away Sunny Day Cast Form and one of those energies.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Ultra Ball away Hex Maniac. Cast.
Fair. I like that a lot. Like knowing it's in the discard pile, you know I'm an okie dokie deck. So like, hey, you've stored it in your discard pile for VS Seeker later. That's all it is. I don't think Spence's list is running Enhanced Hammer. I don't think Fire has a lot of room to tech, if I'm not mistaken. Sebastian mentioning Crazy Code. Dude, we need to do Crazy Code, Logan. I think we need to
I
update
still
Crazy
have the
Code.
guts. I still have the guts of Crazy Cold built for my colorless deck.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to go in and actually do something with that with the new Hots Pokemon. I just don't have them yet. And so that makes it a little bit hard. But as soon as I get them, that's definitely the area that I'm gonna dive off into with the colorless brew.
Yeah. I think that probably, right now Logan and I are kind of focusing on Atlanta right now, trying to get this event set up and organized. But I think once we get back from Atlanta, Crazy Code is on our docket. So it'll be there. Thanks, Sebastian. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Crazy Code going to be a deck. I need to start writing this stuff down. There's probably like professional streamers somewhere that like are so much better about this. Like, let's get a queue going.
Jack. Smooth over.
All right. Getting Salazzle up is pretty nice here.
Yep. A little extra HP on board.
Yeah, insulates it too. I would like to get a basic search so that I can use this Arvin to do something. Mickey says more people should play colorless. I mean, 34 out of 125, Mickey. I don't know if more people can play it.
All right. Stack the deck with Smooth over, and then I'm going to Roast Reveal into 3 cards.
Mickey is officially, by the way, the fighting master, dude. That guy, you're winning all over the place, Mickey. Congrats on your winning, dude, and sweet list.
Coco.
I'm wondering if the Flake Cocoa is what you drew into.
Yep, it is the card that I stacked. Correct. Right. Got an energy. The energy attachment is the sketchy part because got a couple energies down.
Mm-hmm.
I can attach it or I can conserve it for another Roast Reveal. Does that ever get me anywhere better off? I think the answer is no.
The only thing I can think about is you could, with Macargo next turn, is you could stack the Dynamotor, right? Whatever this Dynamotor Stadium is. And that's the only way where it's slightly better if you keep it in hand, right? Because that still gives you 2 attachments, but you still have to draw into it.
Yeah.
That's the only thought I'm having.
Yeah. I think that I'm cool. We're going to attach and say go.
All right. We will draw. That's not a terrible draw. We're kind of banking on Rainbow Energy here to do some work for us. So I think I am gonna play Arvin here. And I don't think I'm actually gonna hit him on top this turn. Maybe we will. Who knows? Because I could just keep like thinking a 90 at this point, right? And I could get Field Blower here to stop Lost City as well.
Sure.
So like that's a thought, and then the tool could just be like Muscle Band, and I could just like chip in for more damage potentially. Which would be like kind of okay. If I get Hitmon top here, I have the energy in hand. Am doing 60 everywhere, but then I'm leaving the entire combo exposed to this Lost City, and that kind of sucks. So I think that that's a losing line. So I think I have to grab Field Blower here, especially with the way that I'm kind of set up. And then my tool is just going to be that Muscle Band, wherever it might be. There it is. And then this also lets me, I've got the special energy for Okie Dokie too. So I can just set up an Okie Dokie. Like I can retreat Hitmonlee and attach energy while still threatening 90 to the bench next turn. And I get to get rid of this like Field or Lux Cave. I get to get rid of Lost City. So I don't know. There's a lot of upside to this. You know, people think that fighting is a simple deck, but there's a lot of decisions that go into it. Yes. Yeah, we're gonna drop down.
When you have the decisions for sure.
Yeah. Drop down Okie Dokie. Put a unit energy on him. He's a big boy. Let's go ahead and Field Blower your tool in your stadium. Muscle Band going on to Hitmonlee. We'll discard Rainbow Energy here off of that. Go up into Hitmonchan here. And then I'm going to hit and run for 50 to the active and go into Hawlucha and pass to you.
Draw for turn.
What's up, Spence? Oh yeah, Logan. Told Logan pick what you wanted to play tonight. We weren't doing anything special. He brought fire. So kudos to you for a cool deck.
Did. Don't know that I'm playing it the best, but hey, we're here. All right, so we're not going to stack the deck. We've got Versus Seeker and Arvin as our supporters that we could, have access to. We could stack the deck and then Marnie, but I just have Skeledirge in hand and Arvin. So I could establish Skeledirge with an Arvin, Rare Candy into Skeledirge, and then stack the deck. I know I'm leaving a lot exposed too, but I don't really see benefit of leaving this Coco around to just be 90, not.
I will say you do know, because I mentioned it, that we are playing Devo TM. So even if you do that and then we 90 snipe, like there is that to think about. So
you can 90 snipe later. I don't think that I'm going to. How many cards in hand?
Just 2. So Marnie's not a good option either.
I'm not Marnie. Yeah, Arvin.
Yeah, Marnie's not a good option. I'm not trying to talk you into the Marnie.
yeah, for sure.
Right, Dirge can't be devoed. You're right. Because is it effective attacks and abilities?
Yeah, effective attack.
Yeah. It's all right. We'll punch it in the face with Okie Dokie. We'll be fine. I think this is my 3rd time playing against Dirge. And I think my first time playing against Dirge, I was playing Renegade, and I tried to put damage counters on it, and I was like, oh, great. Cape just got Field Blowered. Cape and Lost City. We're not letting those stick around.
Yeah. Rare Candy and Floatstone.
Yep.
And we're going to smooth over. With the smooth over, we will.
So I love Macargo. I think it's a really cool, neat design. I think the thing that's kind of like lame about that is like it should just be to hand, and if it went to hand, just think of how much time it would save, Logan.
Yes.
You wouldn't have to like take
Great.
it out, put it on
And have
top.
to think, yeah, and think about, oh, when am I? I'm gonna draw into this next turn, possibly. I think this is the safer route here.
Fisher Fisherman Spence here has a recommendation for us, Logan. He's saying that his deck recommendation is that you play spread and I don't play bench bear, which I'm pretty
After
sure
playing,
was the terms of our
yeah,
conquest
yeah,
after the
we
fact.
did something similar last week as well.
I didn't play
Final,
bench bear against Lee last night on Twin Leaf and I got cooked. So I'm never leaving home without it again, chat.
final choice. Rare candy, floatstone, rare candy into Skeledirge.
Yep.
We don't have the energy now for turn to be able to get this into the active, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But we are banking on surviving the turn with Dirge. Um, unless Base just has Guzman, that 2-card hand. He did just use his Field Blower. I don't think I want to put the Floatstone down because I don't want to give him a target for his Snap. So make him choose on which of the two he's going to have to take out.
Guzman
So
was
with
also
that,
my first supporter played, so just a
yeah,
heads
so
up.
we
So
need to burst the Seeker. Okay, cool beans. All right, B, I'm good from there.
all
Pass
right,
over to you.
we'll draw. That's a pretty good draw. That's an in, so that gets us out of our kind of bad spot here. All right,
Yeah.
what do we do now? So I got Okie Dokie, right? I have energy in hand, so I can attach energy to Hitmonlee, go 90 snipe to the Dirge, right? And
All right.
then kind of put some damage on it. I could also just beat down Salazzle with Okie Dokie. Okie Dokie has 230 HP. What's Skeledirge doing? It's just doing
80, 100, 120, 140.
640. And so if I KO another Pokemon, that means you'd have to find another one plus Hex.
Sure.
So I do
Right.
think it's probably just time for Okie Dokie. So I'm going to drop energy there, and I am going to go in here. So we'll put this useless Lucario back into our deck. We know Riolu's prized. Give you a fresh 6. Now, the good news is, did you smooth over afterwards, right? So I think I'm putting whatever you smoothed over at least
Yeah,
back into your
yeah,
deck. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
So in great top deck. When you're a fighting player, you gotta hope for the top decks, chat. That's what we're about here.
Yes.
And we had
That's why I like
Lucario
the
energy.
King on list, like we'd seen a couple of weeks ago, plays the Premonition Lunatone. It's about all fighting has.
Yeah, yeah. And again, that Premonition Lunatone did surprise me. I don't think I'm ever gonna play it still, but like it
Yeah,
did.
no.
My kind of lazy thought tonight was we could just stick Claydol in this deck. That was my thought. Like I could just print some proxies for Claydol. I don't think I actually own it. All right,
And Andrew had mentioned played all on stream the other day. I thought of you immediately. Great.
All right, let's go ahead and retreat this Halucha. Let's go into Okie Dokie. I think that this might be like my third Okie Dokie attack. I know people think I play a lot of fighting, but recently I've been kind of off it. I think this might be the first time I've used Okie Dokie before I've comboed. So who knows? So we're gonna good punch here. Take our second KO here. And hope we don't get Marnie or End on the backswing.
Cards are pretty. So you definitely end us into a not great hand, even though it was 6. We got Hisuian Heavy Ball, Field Blower, Level Ball. Let's Level Ball, see if we have access to another Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Sure that at this point 90 or less, to be honest. I'll take a look. Ball is going to fail. You have the attack. We will have to be using our supporter for turn to do. We don't have another supporter in hand, though, so that's going to be okay. The level ball fails. Go Hisuian Heavy Ball. I don't remember. I don't think that I'd prize anybody at all. We got Volcanion over here. We can get Volcanion, deal the damage. It's fine.
Dirge has got that 180 though, so we are going to be missing out on it, which is a little sad.
Doing 60, 80, 100, 160 right now.
Okay. I guess if there's a way for me to get strong energy, right? I have to get strong energy, and then we got 3 energy on Okie Dokie. It's probably worth it, to be honest. Of course, I could always like escape rope, halucha ping. Well, I guess actually no. Is it effective abilities or just attacks, Logan?
Effects attacks used by your Pokemon.
Cool. All right,
Yep.
halucha's still in play, baby.
Halucha's in play. Yep. We gotta go blacksmith to attach 2 fire energies. Not an up 2 claw, so we have them. We have to attach them
Mm-hmm.
to the Dirge. And then from there, we're chair towing for 160 damage.
All right, 160. There's 120. And there's our final 40.
Oh, I'm smooth over B. I'm gonna smooth over a card as well.
Do it.
Before turns. Yep.
Again, smooth over. Great card. Terrible ability for gameplay.
Yes. Yeah.
It's again, ball guy. Great card. It's terrible for gameplay. Again, wonderful card.
So you're good to go.
These are the things I think about. All right, there's a draw. That's a good draw. All right, I got supporters in hand. I don't really know if there's a supporter I want to play too much. I don't want to play any stadiums. I don't have any in hand, but I'm just thinking about this out loud. I don't want to play any stadiums because you've got 2 really great ones that we haven't seen yet. I could Karina, which I got in hand for escape rope, and then I could go after something else on your bench, but even that's not like super worthwhile. I think it's just Okie Dokie, take a hit. But I do have kind of Gladion. Like in these moments, Gladion's just a good card, right? You're just kind of like swapping it for a good card in your prizes. So that's a pretty good card right there. So we're going to take that one for sure. All right. I'm going to Aurora Energy onto Hitmonlee. We will discard Lucario here. And then I am going to, believe it or not, I'm going to bench a Lily's Pokédoll. And I know that that's extra damage for the Dirge. But the thought here is that if Logan has VS Seeker into Hex, he might be expecting to get a double KO turn. So by benching the Pokédoll here, if he hexes to kill my Okie Dokie, I have a way to put up Okie Dokie or this Lily's Pokédoll, and then I'm just losing 1 prize here. So that's the mind game. That's why I'm going Lily's Pokédoll, because Okie Dokie's not living through an attack. So let's go ahead and good punch for 170 here.
Draw for turn. All right. And Field Blower is decent right now. We're going to get rid of that muscle band. We did put ourselves in a position where we're going to be able to knock off that U-turn board and then disrupt it, get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
I do have Magma Basin as well. I stacked a draw supporter for me / hand disruption for you because I don't have Professor's Research or anything like that into the deck.
Gotcha.
So I do have Magma Basin, but no Fire Energy down right now. Doesn't feel like any good to put in play. So we are going to Field Blower away your tools, Muscle Band, and U-turn board.
Yep, U-turn board comes back to hand here.
And then we will Iono.
Yeah, Iono sucks here because my hand is, Rescue Stretcher, Karina, Hitmontop, Teammates, U-turn board. So hate to see those go, but Logan very smartly playing Iono here. Gotta respect it. So we'll go to 4
2 cards
here.
in hand for me. I'm jumping up to 6, so it just felt like the correct play.
Yep.
I was not thinking along the lines of a 2 prize KO, so that's just not me, unfortunately. Great line though. All right, we will bench our Chi-Yu.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna go Trainer's mail.
All right.
Retro deck top 4. Take nest ball. Play nest ball. How many prizes are you on right now, V?
I'm on 4 currently.
Nest ball for gouging.
Oh, nice.
Fighting Fury Belt onto our gouging fire. And smooth over.
All right. Yeah, board looks a little set up for Logan over there. We're still ahead on prizes. I'm fairly confident we're going to get Skeledirge one way or another. My hand's not terrible. No, it's not the fighting hand that you hate to see. Really would like to top deck a way to get basic search so I can get Hitmon top out. I guess I don't really need it this turn, to be honest. I really need to find Scoop Up Net. If I can find Scoop Up Net, I can escape rope, get rid of this Dirge, and then start getting into the combo in a different way. So we just need the Scoop Up Net. Scoop Up Net, ideal here.
All right. Jack that card. And then we will Porcherto for the knockout.
All right. Okie dokie down. All right. Go up into... Let's go up into Halucha here. And then let's draw for turn. All right. Let's play Hisso and Heavy Ball here. I got a Riolu in here. We'll go ahead and bench the Riolu. You got some bulkier boys down there, so, having Lucario as an option is pretty good. Step number 1 is I need to get this Skeledirge to the bench. So here is an escape rope.
All right. Escape rope. That we will just promote our gouging.
Cool. I will go up into Hitmonchan here. All right. I got Strong Energy. Strong Energy on Riolu would not be bad, but I have to find Rescue Stretcher in my deck, which I knew was just in my hand. It's at the bottom, but I've got Cynthia, and we're still a couple turns away from Hitmon top, so I think that this actually makes a lot of sense. And then I'm just going to rip a Cynthia, shuffle this 1 card back into my deck. Again, we're hoping for Scoop Up Net.
Yes.
Scoop Up Net's what we need. If not,
Sequence down, pretty thin deck, right?
You say that. We're fighting. I think I still have like 30 cards in here. At least it feels that way. I double sleeve everything, so it might be closer to 20. I'm a double sleever, chat.
The thick deck. Yep. I don't blame you.
It's from my Magic days. It's just like your cards are kind of expensive in Magic. It just got used to how it felt in my hand.
Really bad about like double sleeving like my bling cards and then not going back and doing the rest of the deck. And then it's like, oh, is that a problem? Maybe.
All right. Well, didn't quite get it. That's okay. Let's go Hitmonchan. Hit and run here. We'll do 30 to Gouging Fire, and then we'll get back into Pokédoll here. All you after that.
All right. I will draw for turn. All right. Did stack myself a welder.
Okay.
In case the Skeledirge went down naturally.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Fire Crystal in hand. Welder Fire Crystal. That would have been a wonderful play.
All right. So not knocking it out actually worked a little in our benefit there.
Right. However, I do also just have a Bird Keeper.
Okay.
And so that play is the play. Now, question is, do we smooth over into something with this Bird Keeper, or do we just leave the smooth over for the aftermath? I think the answer is probably let's just leave the smooth over, and then that forces almost a state where base has to kind of deal with our top deck as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we're Bird Keeper
Yep.
into Gouging Fire. Draw 3 cards. Draw. We will attach for turn to Gouging Fire.
Yep.
We're going to play Evolution Incense and fail it. And then smooth over. Give me that card.
All right. Trying to remember if you're playing Scoop Up Net in that list. I don't think so.
Tell you, actually. I've got it pulled up. No.
Yeah.
Not. And Torterto. Or knockout.
Right. Pokédoll down. We will.
Prize off Pokédoll.
Yeah. No prize off a Pokédoll. All right. We'll go up into Hawlucha here. We'll draw for turn. All right. Let's. I just okie dokie sweep. No, I think we're in combo mode now. All right. Here is on Hawlucha. Let's go ahead and nest ball here. I'm going to grab a Machop. All right, we'll go ahead and retreat Hawlucha up into Hitmonlee. I'll go ahead and play Professor's Letter as well. One card. Put that onto Machop here. And then I'm going to... I think we got to put 90 onto... Gouging Fire is at what right now?
It's 100.
It's 130, plus it's got Fighting Fury Belt, right?
Yep. So 110.
110. So yeah, we'll do 90 to that.
Get up to 120. I'll drop turn.
Yep.
But Hearth in play.
Okay.
Card 9 tails.
Let's get into the sketchy part of the game, chat. Sketchy moments for both of us.
And
We got 4 in hand, just in case you were curious.
all right. I'm going to Mallow and Lana. And discard 2 fire energies.
All right.
On 120.
Expected to a degree, but not the worst.
Go up into Chi Yu.
Okay.
Then. Tough decision. I think we just have to do what we are doing. We have to burn Fire Crystal to get energies back.
Okay.
Fine. That was why the decision to let him go to the Mallow and Lana was good. I like my other 2 cards in hand a lot. So I want to get rid of those. We will attach to Chi Yu to retreat Chi Yu. Skeledirge. Smooth over. That card on top of our deck. B. And we will Torcherto for knockout. Knocked
All
out
right.
3
Hitmonlee.
things, and we've took 2 prizes. Bye.
All right, we'll go up into Halucha, and we'll draw. All right, I'm going to play teammates here. I think those are the 2 cards I'd like to get. I might actually help thin a card instead of getting Hitmon top. I think I'm going to get Level Ball here just to help me thin from the deck. So yeah, there's Level Ball. So I'm going to get this card and Level Ball. I'll play Level Ball and we'll get Hitmon top. The other card that I got was a Training Court. Training Court's going to let us grab this energy here.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and retreat into Hitmon top here. I'll have to shuffle up here, but I do think that we are going to finishing combo 60 everywhere. If I'm not mistaken, we're taking at least 2 prizes. I should have done one more thing too. Logan, if you don't mind me backing a little bit. I should have rescue stretchered, gone ahead and gotten Lucario and evolved into Lucario just so that I have a backup
An
attacker.
answer. Yep. All right. Cargo's gone. Gouging Fire's gone.
All right. We'll take 2 prizes here. Would have been sick to get that third one.
Put you on 1B?
That puts you at 2. 2 prizes, yep.
2
prizes and currently 5 in
4.
hand. Yeah, and you're at 4. We're a little off on the thing. There we go. We all right now. This game,
now,
between the 2 worst types, this has been a really back and forth game. Like I love these sorts of games. So when people are talking about slowing down Gym Leader Challenge, this is the type of games I want.
Draw for turn. How many cards in hand, B?
5. And then just a heads up, your Giant Hearth got bumped by Training Court.
Yes.
So you do have access to Training Court, though.
A Training Court. Fine. Now becomes all the tough decisions. This Skeledirge is just arguably fine. Keep swinging in with it. I've got Versus Seeker to, Versus Seeker, Mallow and Lana back. Do it again if I want. But inevitably, Base is going to take these 2 knockouts is the problem.
Yeah, you've got the problem becomes
1 too many.
Yeah, you have 2 on the bench, and so you have 4 prizes left, which is this turn plus the combo turns. Unfortunately.
Yep. But that's just what I'm gonna do. To be honest. Let's versus Seeker
Mm-hmm.
versus Seeker for Mallow and Lana.
Yep.
Get into it. Mallow and Lana discard Welder and a Fire Energy. Heal 120, so heal all off of Dirge up into Chi-Yu. And attach for turn to Chi-Yu. Treat back into Dirge. And swing.
All right. Hitmon top is down. We'll go up into Hawlucha here. We will draw for turn. All right. I think the play here is Raihan and Energy onto Machop. Let's go and get a card. It's gonna be that card there. I could go up. I could like 150 hit into that and then have the Hitmon Chan knockout, or I could just start getting into the combo again. And getting into the combo feels harder, to be honest.
Yeah.
But if I don't get into the combo, things get rough. But again, like I said, getting into the combo is the harder part of all of this.
Right.
Right
And
now,
that was what I was thinking. It's like, okay, well, can you combo again? We'll see.
yeah. I might be setting up Hawlucha to take a KO. That
Yeah.
might be where we're at. As I might start attaching to Hawlucha here.
Yeah.
All right. So let's play the card that I got here, which is Ordinary Rod. And I'm just going to put back the 2 combo pieces. Hitmontop and Hitmonlee. Let's go ahead and retreat Hawlucha into Lucario. And then we will Avenging Knuckle for 150, 170. Because I got strong energy. Oh, dang. No, I'll say you've already field blowered the muscle band. So I did not have it out to muscle band off the Raihan.
All right. We'll draw turn. Never matter. Plus 20 HP. It still gets KO'd by 30 of
The Chan.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's go energy retrieval.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty straightforward turn. Don't have much to do this turn. We'll grab energy retrieval, get 2 energies off of our discard pile. I think that let's slap heat fire energy onto Chi-Yu. Give it 20 extra HP and Torterto for knockout still.
All right. That takes you down to 2 or 3 prizes?
2.
2. All right, so we're 2-2. Equal up. All right, go up into Hawlucha here. We will draw for turn. That's not a bad little dealio there. Not a bad little dealio there. All right. Burn a Hisuian Heavy Ball. Play a ball guy here.
Yep.
Quick Ball. Ultra Ball. Team Magma's Great Ball. All right. Let's go ahead and quick ball away the Team Magma's Great Ball here.
Sure.
And get the Hitmonlee.
Yep.
Yep. Ultra Ball away Energy Marnie. Get Machoke.
Yep.
Use Training Court. Get energy back. Put energy on Hitmonlee. Retreat Halucha into Hitmonchan. And then we'll hit and run here. Go up into Halucha. Take the KO. Hope that Cross Chop can get us to victory here. Longer than usual game one for Hitmons here. Really enjoyed this game so far, though, Logan.
Remote Canyon, drop turn. We have Raihan. Got the energies in hand, though, so I don't really need the Raihan. I don't think there's any other card that really fixes anything for us, is the problem. Got Escape Rope to push Halucha so that I can take something more relevant, definitely where the turn starts. So let's Escape Rope.
Yep, we'll go up into Hitmonchan.
To Chi-Yu. I don't have a way to boss. He just has game on board. But bar is close, but it just doesn't get us all the way there. Some of the active base's ability to stop kind of defeats that ability. So we'll Raihan energy on to Chi-Yu.
Yeah, without the hand disruption, I think it's GG's.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I've got VS Seeker and Machamp in hand.
All right, knockout Mega Fire Mimby.
Yeah.
And you take the turn, baby.
We'll just go up into Hitmonlee and we'll snipe the Volcanion. GG's.
GG's. Good game.
Yeah, GG's. That was a fun game. It came down to like a lot of like back and forth, double Mao and Lana on the Skeledirge. You can see how good Skeledirge is. Just so good.
Yeah.
Again,
yeah, that was my thought.
Card I misevaluated 100%. Every step of the way. I was like, stage 2 attacker, 20 for each bench. Doesn't seem good. And then you're like, oh, it's Snorlax. And it has a bigger output than Snorlax potentially does. And it gives you maybe an out against water because you can hit that Wailord one time. You know, and they're going to have a big bench. You're going to have a big bench. Of course, Kyogre just snipes it, right? Sad. Water's so good.
Fortunate.
All right. Well, cool. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I think I'm playing Hitmonbros at my locals tomorrow. Again, the only badge I got left is fighting. Went 2-1. 2-1 on with my Colas.
What'd you lose to?
Lost to Magnezone on turn 2 on Metal. So strong start. We kind of bricked, but that's what fighting does. But yeah, made a strong finish to go 2-1. Opinion on Iono's Kilowattrel. Hey, like I said, I think I said this in the pod. It's just too much. Just too much to get going right. You need to attach to it. If it was literally Reverum, auto include, in my opinion. Auto include. But the fact that you have to attach to it means that you're either using your attachment from turn or you're using one of your Dynamotors. And there's just too many 3 energy attackers in Lightning where you're going to want to go Dynamotor, attach. And then I think in a Lightning Zone list, if you have Magnezone up to do the cool stuff, you're already winning anyway, probably. So, like, it's like a win more in that sort of setup. I like the card a lot though. There just needs to be something printed that makes it better, you know? Like maybe if there's ever like what's the is it Power Shard? That's if this Pokemon's in the active, you attach an energy to it. Um I don't remember what the name of that card is. Someone was playing it on stream the other night. But I think that if there's ever a card that's like, you know, as long as this Pokemon's on the bench, attach an energy to it. Power Glass. Power Glass is what it's called.
Hourglass, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So if they have a
Yeah.
Power Glass that you can attach to like the bench, which like seems busted, right? Like you could charge up your attacker on the bench, but it might be, they keep printing busted cards. So again, if they ever have a Power Glass that you could fit on the bench, like Iono's Kilowattrel's there. Again, it's just one card away from being insane. It just needs that one card. I just don't think it's there
Hourglass
yet.
seeing some play in standard now, so that's hard to like be on the lookout for, I guess, and see how we can, if there's any kind of attackers that we would apply it to in the gym leader challenge format. What was it on? Do you remember?
It was one of it might have been a Kyurem list. I think it was
Yeah,
Z-Man's Rainbow Dragon list where he was trying to cure him.
actually, Kieran. Cool,
Yeah.
cool, interesting.
So again, it's there. It's one card away. One card away. Yeah. I really like that card too. I like the illustrated art too. Again, I think I
Yeah,
mentioned it too on the pod. Like I love Iono as a character because I can hate her.
yeah.
But that art's really cool. I did think that people hate me for this, or at least friends that I've talked to were like, my favorite character from Scarlet and Violet was Rhyme. That was my favorite gym leader. And everyone's
Yeah.
like, Rhyme is awful. And I'm like, Rhyme is a great character. That's one of the reasons why I want to play that card.
I liked Rhyme. I like the psychic one. It's funny though that how forgettable some of these characters are. Um,
It's also great that Larry is the most unforgettable, and yet, like
yeah,
in the real world, he
yeah,
would be the most forgettable. Just the fact that there's just like a normal
definitely.
business dude in the Pokemon world who's
Yeah,
like, "Great, I got to get up to go to Pokemon work today." Like that dude is a dude
yeah,
I can relate with.
yeah, definitely.
All right, let me set up our badges here. Uh, I went psychic. I'm assuming you picked up a water.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
This is a
All right.
matchup. I'm gonna be honest. I thought there'd be more of this in the 1K.
I
I
did
thought,
too.
yeah. One Wailord deck did top 8, so good deck, right? One Psychic deck did top 8, good deck. But just I kind of expected like colorless to be there, and then this to be here. Did not expect Dragon to have the show that it did. Even though I feel like Logan and I have both been talking about Dragon being good for a while. Um, I don't know. But again, I'm excited to see this one. These are both decks that we've played before. Logan's standard Hydropump list. Like when I think of Logan, I think of that deck. And then, I'm playing a version of Icy Briar's Dragapult list. So let's hop to it. Logan, first or second?
Second me.
All right. Oh, please don't let that be my starter. It is. Giratina, why?
Ooh,
All right.
that's a mulligan on my end. So let's
Okay.
give you an extra card.
That's good.
Loaded hand otherwise, but no basic in that. I did mention to base a little bit before stream. I'm kind of messing around with some things. I've got the Star You and Star Me out of here at the moment. Um, being that I personally believe, and the results kind of backed it up with full grip. With the amount of Raging Bolt and Lightning Spread and Psychic tends to now use Galarian Articuno for that's been a more recent thing. I think that we've seen people looping the Galarian Articuno. So I think having a bench barrier in this format right now, if you have the ability to play one, is very important. So I got the Manaphy in here, and then to supplement the energy retrieval, we already played Superior Energy Retrieval, and we already are playing Nessa. But just in case on the offhand that one of those are prized, or we really, really, really need to get a couple of energies back, I've got basic energy retrieval in here to be able to fetch back a couple of energies should we need it.
Yeah. I respect that. We were talking about that too right beforehand. Respect that a lot. I got cooked by Lee, Raging Bolton me last night. Just need my bench pair. That's one of the reasons why I think NinjaBros is pretty well positioned too. And you have built in.
Another mulligan.
Yep. Oh, all right.
Another mulligan with the Irida in hand. Yikes.
New Shaman. Is the new New Shaman's the bench
Bench barrier
barrier.
for grass,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah.
That's right. We did it. We did it. We finally did it. That would be cool. And I love that it's a basic too, because Silent Lab plays into it. Rabska was like, I wanted to play Rabska, right? But it's a stage 1, and it wasn't useful the same way that like Machamp is. It like
Right.
boosts your Torterra, but you're already a deck that really wants your bench. So
Yep.
it's like it never really felt like it was good. So now you have a basic that you can just like quick ball away, or something like that. 80 HP means no buddy. Yeah. But again, yeah, you play Artisan and you get your Grottles going and you'll be fine. All right, we'll take our 2 extra here. All right. Not much better, but we'll deal with it. All right, we got Giratina in the active. That's a really good one to start. All right. Draw. All right. Let's go. Mysterious Treasure. Actually, let's go Level Ball here. Let's go Level Ball. Let's do our cheater prize check. Hopefully Routes isn't prized. Unknown Xatu. All right, Xatu being prized is a little rough, but we'll be okay. Kyogre is in the back of my mind, but so Mew is definitely going to be coming out. We'll need Mimikyu at some point. Let's see how much time we got to set up. So here's Routes. And would love to be starting Wobbuffet here, but maybe we can get into it a different turn. All right. I'm just going to, we'll cut that in a second here. Yeah. Here's Energy to Giratina, and we will pass.
All right. Top deck. Turn card. All right, we will bench. Well, let's cheater prize check first before we bench the Sobble. Let's Nest Ball.
Important. Although sometimes I feel like benching the Sobble is still correct, because if your opponent has access to Snipe, you know what they're going to want to snipe.
Sobble. Thankfully, he's in deck, so we're okay.
Nice.
Pieces are in deck, so we're okay. All right, and with this Nest Ball, I think we probably, knowing that we have Sobble in hand, just need to establish our Friggy. Go ahead and start getting the gang ready. We will go Nest Ball for Frigibacks, bench Sobble, bench Veluza, Capacious Bucket for 2 water energies. Catch one of those 2 Veluza. And then they'll end our turn with a Beacon. Beacon for going to be Baby Whale. Everybody's favorite. All right, B. All right. From there.
We'll draw here. Oh, yes, we did it. We did it. That's an escape rope, baby. All right, that changes things a little bit. So I have N in hand, but I also have Clavel. So let's Mysterious Treasure away and in.
Yeah, I think that even though that call.
We'll get Kirlia. Let's just double check that we got Wob in here. Yeah, we got Wob. I got Dreepy. All these wonderful things that we'll probably want to get going here. So yeah, let's just go ahead and rip a Clavel here. No reason to really wait. Yeah, Wob's going to be one of them. Dreepy is going to be another. And then I think Inkay is going to be our last one to get down. All right. What did I discard the N for? Did I already discard N? Oh, the Mysterious Treasure.
Yeah, mysterious treasure. Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and discard Energy to Kirlia then. And we'll Refinement, draw 2.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and Escape Rope. We'll put Wobbuffet into the active here. I am going to Professor's Letter. Grab 2 energy. One of those energy is going to go into Giratina, and we will pass to you after all that. Kind of what we needed to have happen. Hopefully you don't have Escape Rope.
Drop turn. I'm not even playing Escape Rope. Definitely
dang.
oversight, probably on my part, going into, again, a format where Psychic Wob is like the wave.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We're cool. Not hurting. Not hurting right now. We're okay. So we'll bench the whale. With Kyogre in hand, but I don't think that it's necessarily appropriate to jump Kyogre down right now. Got the water in hand to attach to Veluza, so if, want to attack next turn this Veluza, you would have to move the Wob, and then, i.e. the Filet Memento will go off. So we'll attach to Veluza. We'll hold the Drizzile. We will Evolution Incense. Go ahead and Evo Incense for the Arctivax. Evolved. So that we're 1 turn closer on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll pass back over to you, B.
All right. We'll draw here.
Not as explosive, but got what we needed to done, I think.
All right. So yeah, so our Wobbuffet is, a turn away from being goodbye. So I did just draw Mew. I am tempted to put Mew down. So I think I am gonna put Mew down. I think I'm gonna go energy onto Giratina here. Nice to have. And then let's play a Chorus for 9. Hopefully we can get into some of our evolutions here. What's up, TV boy?
My water Kyurem comes out.
Oh no! Don't cure me.
Dude, I thought Spence had it the other night, but unfortunately, not playing the Hisuian Heavy Ball kind of got him just a touch.
And
But
again, I'll say this time
know.
and time again. I still think that he made a decision that I think was right.
Yeah.
Like he obviously he won. He was undefeated. He was undefeated, guys. He made the right decision. It just so happens that he was going up against a really good player and had a moment to get caught up. That's the one thing that those Dragon decks are lacking is a catch-up mechanic. And it's just that it happened to be on stream. But man, he was undefeated up until that point. So obviously the man made the right deck decisions all day, and it just happened to show on stream. All right, drawing my 9.
Big 9.
6, 7, 8, 9. Oh God. We didn't draw anything good. All right. I'm going to discard Buddy Buddy Poffin to Kelia to draw 2. Yeah, yikes. Pass.
I will draw turn. We'll evolve into Wailord.
Mm-hmm.
Evolve into Drizzile and use Shady Dealings.
But we still got Wob in the active.
Yeah. So then we're gonna hold Drizzile then. No reason to evolve the Drizzile.
So I'm not gonna speak to what Spence was doing. So TV Boy is saying he was rewatching that game. Was it right not to grab Field Blower? I think at that point Spence was just maybe a little tilted. I
think so too.
I think he just didn't grab it. Yeah, sure. And honest, I didn't do it. So yes, I think it was technically right to grab the Field Blower in that situation, but the man's been playing for 10 hours on stream twice, so again, not going to fault him. But yes, I think it was technically right.
Now, I do have Scoop Up Net. I could get this Alolan Vulpix off the board. I do like using Scoop Up Net in that scenario sometimes, but then again, if you don't use it for shady dealings, everyone always trounces you. I feel like Vulpix has done kind of what it's needed to do. It served its role. I have got Marnie for my supportive return, being that we can't shady dealings into other cards. We need an energy, got a low hand. So I think that I'll just hold it. We'll just go ahead and rip the Marnie.
Cool. I was thinking about Marnieing myself. Yeah, we did not draw anything good off of those 9 cards. Colress mid, chat.
5 for me. We do hit our energy, which is a big deal for us. We will attach energy for turn to our Veluza, and then we will Hydropump for the knockout.
All right. We'll go up into Tina, who does have 3 energy attached. We will draw for turn here. All right. I like that draw. I got a couple different good options here. All right. Let's start with, gosh, how much energy do I have in this discard pile? Just 1 already?
Huh?
All right. Discard energy to Kirlia. Draw 2. Go ahead and evolve into Gallade here. So this is where I have so I have Boss. And I can just boss up the Rain Dancer, right? And then that kind of stalls. And then you'd have to commit another energy to Veluza to take the KO because I'm at 130. So there's that. Or I could Gallade, go grab Hex Maniac here, which kind of effectively does the same thing and then doesn't let your energy pass back. And so the more that I'm saying it, the more I'm like, Hex is the right play. So let's go ahead and Gallade here. And this of course requires me to have Hex in hand. Oh, no Hex. But you know what I do have? Lieutenant Surge's strategy. So let me see what other supporters I have in hand here. Then we can kind of get going. Yeah,
let's do Hex. Oh, you got Hex in hand.
Yeah. I don't have Hex in hand. Hex is prize, I think.
Oh, prized. I got you.
Yeah. So we're behind here. So I can play this Lieutenant Surge's strategy. So I can strategy, boss, and then I have either Tulip or I have Colress's Tenacity. But what's Colress's Tenacity getting me here? What stadium is it getting me? All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and play Surge here. Let's boss up your dude. And then, yeah, I think I'm just going to play Tenacity here. Do I have Parallel? No, I just have D-Valley. I don't really want to play D-Valley yet. So I am going to grab D-Valley. Sorry, it's been a while since I played this list. So I do have Mystery Energy here. I could also grab Counter Energy. So if you do take the KO on Giratina, at least I have Gallade as an attacker potentially.
All right.
So, I mean, do I really want to do that is the question. Who knows? All right. So let's go. Oh, you know what? I'm going to get Mystery Energy. That way I at least have a pivot. I think that's smarter.
Okay.
Then I'm still 1 energy away from Gallade. So
right.
We'll go Mystery Energy here. And then, yeah, we'll Shadow Impact. And I think I'm just going to put the 4 damage counters on the Mew. I don't want to put it on Giratina. I want to force the energy onto the Veluza.
Sure. Yep. All right. I will draw for turn. a water-rich deck. We've got all the water that we could ever want access to right now. I've got all of my acceleration cards and water. Skill blower, and then 2 evolution Pokemon. So not really good. Um, you just played boss's orders. Don't have access to Guzman. Now you have mystery energy. So if I, in theory, take a tempo turn, retreat, you still have access to basically everything.
Yep.
We basically have to, but I've got all of our acceleration in hand. So I'm not going to top deck. Let's hot spot here. Let's go. Let's go ahead and attach to Veluza.
Yep.
I am going to retreat
Mm-hmm.
into Bullpix. And Beacon. I'll
We've each taken a prize now, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yep.
Correct.
5.
Drizzile and Remoraid. Here you go.
All right. We will draw for turn. All right. Gosh, is Luxurious Cape even good in this matchup? Like, I can make Gallade go up to 260, but if you ever get energy onto your Veluza or onto your Wailord, it's just like, what, 5 energy to do that?
Yeah. Right.
Luxcape
Exactly.
feels useless. All right, so let's Gallade here. I think I want either a Marnie or I want some sort of hand disruption. Marnie and Iono are our 2 options. So let's grab Marnie here because Marnie's going to get you 1 less this turn. All right. Let's not really do anything. Let's just Marnie here. Bye-bye, D-Valley. You will be missed. We'll get you another time. All right. We'll draw 5 cards. 3, 4, and 5. Still missing some evolutions here. Let's go ahead and quick ball away a Natu. We're going to grab Galarian Articuno here. I say that. Let me just double check real quick. No, we will not grab Galarian Articuno. We'll grab a Mimikyu. Go ahead and bench Mimikyu. All right, energy onto the Mimikyu here, and then we will Shadow Impact. And this time, I think we're going to put the 4 damage counters onto the Mimikyu. Looks like I failed to take a prize earlier, Logan. Dang. I'm going to take this prize and put it on bottom of my deck. That's where it'd be because I marked it.
You should be at 3 now, right?
Just 4, I think, right?
So you just missed taking the prize. Oh, I'm sorry.
I missed taking the prize.
Yeah. I got you.
So I took a prize, didn't even look at it, put on the bottom of my deck since it would have been Marnied.
Gotcha. Okay.
Seems the logical way to do it.
Sure. All right, I will promote Drizzile and drop turn. Let's see, top deck Hex. Hex doesn't really do us anything good. We've got Ball Guide, so Ball Guide does do us good. Ball Guide gets us into Drizzile. Drizzile gets us kind of rolling.
Okay.
as well as getting the rest of us established. So we'll Bog Eye will fetch us out a lot of good balls to play.
Yeah, the Veluza being a little annoying here. I'm going to be honest. The fact
Yeah.
that somewhere in our prizes is Hex, and that the fact that you don't have any acceleration means that that's what I want to hit.
We'll go Hisuian Heavy level dive. Hisuian Heavy Ball. Get our Snom. Level Ball to get Drizzle. Ball Drizzle. Shady Dealings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I always feel like water. This is kind of how I felt the other day. I can't remember. It was maybe last night. I was playing a whole bunch of Waylord, and I feel like water needs to change up a little bit what it's doing, Logan. I think we might need Raihan. I think we might need to consider Aqua Patch. I think we might need to consider Reversal Energy. It just feels like if your Rain Dancer goes down, you're kind of cooked.
Yeah. Yeah. Possible for like another out, another ability to kind of get all that online.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a strong play. All right, I think we're actually just using this Drizzle for supporter for next turn, which I don't think is a bad play. We're supporterless right now. Want to get Drizzle evolved so that we can use it for our Teleon later. Get Irida off of Shady Dealings. Put Brooklet Hill into play. We will use Brooklet Hill. Search out Parade.
Okay.
Floatstone onto Drizzle. Retreat into Veluza. Pass.
All right. Draw. All right. Start with an Evo Soda here. Evo Soda gonna grab us a Malamar. Now we're just gonna be back in there. All right. What's the best way to do this? So we're gonna Galarian Articuno this turn.
Sure.
Because I can go get Tulip, and I've got Scoop Up Net in hand. Plus, I have Fog Crystal, so I can get back all the energy that I need to. Plus, bench Galarian Articuno and get an extra attachment as well. I can go after the Snom probably, if I'm going to be honest with you. And Teleon is tempting, but I think just keeping you off of the whale is what's important here. So let's Scoop Up Net the Tina. All right, Tina to hand. Here we go. All three energies. We'll go up into Mimic You. I'm going to use Fog Crystal here. Fog Crystal going to show us Galarian Articuno. We'll Buddy Catch. Buddy Catch is going to grab me a Tulip. We'll shuffle that up in a bit here. There's Galarian Articuno in hand. I'm going to go ahead and Tulip here. We'll grab 1, 2, 3 energies. Wob seems kind of like interesting to have back. So does not to. I just don't have any bench space at the moment. So it might just be like 4 energies. But to be honest, I probably want to leave those 2 for Dynamotor stuff. So let's just get the not to. Not two can take two prizes, which is kind of hilarious. So that might actually end up mattering at some point. All right. Let's go ahead and bench Galarian Articuno. Let's use its ability to enter with 2 energies attached. We'll go ahead and retreat the Mimikyu here. Go up into Galarian Articuno. All right. Let's attach energy to Gallade. Let's attach energy from hand. And then we're going to Psy Laser here. We'll take care of Snom. We got to discard all 3 of these energies. And then we'll take a prize. That's a good one.
Return. Inevitably, he's gotten his Hex Maniac by this point.
Nope, have not yet.
Oh, man.
I know. It's in there somewhere. We might be getting Galadion soon.
All right, so we have got myriad of options at our hands, and this is where Water's like got access to just about everything, but need to do certain things definitely.
Mhm.
I've got access to our Inteleon here. We got Dive Ball, and we have our Irida. I think that probably playing the Irida is fine for turn because then we can Rescue Stretcher one of the Dynamos back, or Rescue Stretcher one of the Accelerators back, and Brooklet Hill for one of those back out. I think that's probably what we can do, should do. So let's play Irida.
Mm-hmm.
Irida will fetch us out Water Pokemon and an Autumn card. Water Pokemon being Teleon. Rescue Stretcher for the Autumn card. Play Rescue Stretcher. Rescue Stretcher and put back into the deck our full on accelerant. We do have access to all 3 of these guys that we can put back. Didn't fully get into Max Caliber, so we go here. Brooklet Hill. Probably better to just get the Snom out. A little bit more lower maintenance. We do have the Drizzle with the Floatstone attached right now. I think that we will go get the Snom.
All right.
We're going to evolve into Inteleon and use its Shady Dealings ability. We just hold, to be honest. We got energy. We got Dive Ball. Don't want to waste it and then have our hand disrupted. So let's hold Inteleon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Dive Ball for Artillery.
Makes sense. I respect it.
Evolve into Octillery. We're going to go energy onto Veluza so that we can take this knockout. Shuffle our deck. Pistol for 2. If I were to pop Inteleon, I think definitely one of the options would be some way to get out our bench barrier at this point, because we know that this Galarian Articuno can just be recurred.
Mm-hmm.
What everyone's liking doing with it these days. So unless we get another kind of draw at it off of these 2, we may pop it anyway. Go 2 cards off of Abyssal Hand. Probably just better to and be safe. So we will evolve into Inteleon now.
Yep.
We're going to get out
Yeah, I like getting the bench barrier here. Obviously, we still have access to probably to like Clara or Alana's aid. That's what everyone's doing, like you mentioned. Something to think about.
Other cards, a bit tougher of a decision. The other card. Just get back version seeker. All right. Buddy popping.
Yep.
Do this one of a couple of ways. I could go ahead and establish the second, or I can just go mana if you. I'll just go mana. See how it plays out. Wait, is your bosses down? Guzma down?
I think just bosses. Let's see. Escape rope, Lieutenant Surge, boss, but no Guzma, and just Tulip is stuff. So far, no VS Seeker, no Pal Pad in my discard pile.
All right, I'm going buddy for Frigivax. Final answer.
All right, I respect it.
And then Hydropump for 120 and knockout.
All right. Go up into Malamar here. Draw for turn. Quick question: has rare candy been used?
Nope.
Cards in hand.
6.
6 cards in hand. All right, let's go late here.
I've got a PB, but while you go late, let me go to the restroom real quick.
Do that.
I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's all good. All good. All good. All right. Delay for Raihan. We'll wait for Logan to get back before I can make any moves. I think the play is Raihan get up into Dragapult this turn. And then start pinging some damage onto the little guys. And we can always like Clara into something else. I've got Gallade as an attacker. Guzma is still in our deck, I think. Yeah, Guzma's still in there. Teammates is still in here. So we'll take the knockout here. Put a Dragapult up. If he swings in the Dragapult, we might have kind of like a bias a turn sort of deal. And then we can start putting some damage counters on something tiny. And go from there. So that's our game plan. Hopefully it will work. I do have Ultra Ball. So like that's one of the ways we're gonna get our Dragapult here. All right, Logan's back. We got Raihan.
Right.
We got Raihan, by the way.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna Ultra Ball away Giratina and Luxurious Cape. And then I'm gonna go and grab a Dragapult off of that. We'll Raihan and Energy onto Dreepy. I'll go ahead and go grab that rare candy.
Yep.
So we'll rare candy into Dragapult. Hopefully this will be annoying enough to take a couple prizes.
Right. Yeah, Pult does an annoying amount of damage because if he flips heads once on a Hydro Pump, then he survives.
Yep. All right, there is energy there off of our Psychic Recharge. Go ahead and float Stone up into Dragapult here. And then I am going to go ahead and bench Natu. So no cards in hand currently. And then we will Phantom Force. So 120. And then we'll put 30 onto Snom. And take a prize here.
All right. Filet Memento swirls the energies back to Wailord. We will promote our Teleon with Floatstone and drop turn.
Yep. What prizes are you at currently? So I'm making sure.
4.
4. All right.
All right. We just have a really good turn loaded up for this given situation. So we have got basically everything that we need in hand without having to search for anything.
Nice.
We will go Brooklet Hill. Now we will get our Manaphy into play.
All right. Yeah, there was a line where we did get Clara and we went after something on your bench, but with you having two, it just was like, what do we do? And then,
Right.
if you don't go into Frostmoth here, Mew gets to take an easy KO potentially. And then that's better for us in the long run.
All right. And then
What's
we
up,
will
Jesse
go
James? Good to see you, dude. Or person.
Supportive Return Teammates. Now we did have, well, we're not. We'll tell you what we had later.
All right. I'm so happy you didn't hex me.
I have Hex.
Okay. Yeah.
But but I can't accelerate and I can't do it all.
Okay. All right. That's what we were kind of hoping. I was like, if he just has energy hex, like we're kind of bound this next turn. So,
but I have to have 2 energy. So that's the problem.
Yeah.
Is that so
when
we
you said you
gotta
had
have it
6
all.
cards in hand, I was like, does he have it? Does he have it all?
Yeah. Yeah, and didn't have an evolution search option on the last turn to be able to pick up. I guess I could have grabbed Ultra Ball, but thinning out all these cards doesn't really feel like it's going to be able to pull that off. So, teammate supportive return. Teammate's going to grab me a couple of cards.
All right.
One of those is going to be Baxcalibur. Other be, let's see, could go any of our energy.
All right.
Let's go
Earthen Vessel.
Earthen Vessel and Bax. Rare candy into Baxcalibur. No, that's not how that works, chat. It doesn't evolve that way, but alright, Earthen Vessel, discard Quick Ball. 4 waters. We could have gotten probably Kyogre and sniped around this.
Well, we have Mew.
Yeah, but good deal. We're just going to punch in face with all the energies attached that we can.
All right. Live Dragapult. Live. 1 coin flip. 1 coin flip. So I think
HP is 152, right?
Yeah, 150.
Well, Super Cold those onto Wailord. Attach Splash and Super Cold to Inteleon retreat into the Wailord.
All right. And I think Logan knows that this is probably for game here. If he doesn't hit this, I have Guzma on my deck. So I Guzma up Octillery, put the extra on Frostmoth, win the game.
Yep.
So coin flip time. We're gonna let Logan flip. I think on webcam, the appropriate thing for all Dragapult is to let your opponent flip. Oh, I'm missing that last bit, Logan.
I said you can flip. It doesn't really matter to me.
No,
you missed it the last time that you flipped it, so.
I'm trusting you.
All right,
all on you.
Then this is the crux. We will Hydropump, and here we go.
All right, heads. He's living. He is not damaged.
Heads. He is living. He is not damaged. There you go, baby.
We'll draw. Hey, we just drew Guzma off the top. Guzma up. Octillery. Retreat Malamar. Do 120 to that. Dip 30 on Snom. Take our last 2 prizes.
Yep. GG. Yep. Played out very, very nice. Very nice. I got a little bit too far behind in the mid game, having to take that tempo turn with with that beacon, and then the beacon not even mounting me anything because you kind of ended away or marnied away, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Really wasn't that strong.
We struggled to get into our evolutions, but we got into the one that
Yeah,
matters, which was Kirlian
right.
Gallade. And then from there it was just we had Wobbuffet in the active, which is again Water's worst nightmare, right? And then
Yep.
we could pick and choose. You weren't able to get bench barrier down soon enough for Glare and Articuno to take care of like the bits that mattered. So it was surgical. I think that's one way to describe Psychic and where Psychic is right now. It's a very
Yeah,
surgical deck, which is why I
it
think
is.
good pilots do well with it, and like newer players will struggle with it. Um, I don't know, Logan, dude. Like your experience with water there is what I've been kind of experiencing recently. Either like I can't get Manaphy down, and then my support gets sniped, or like I struggle to get set up and like Marnies and ends happen, and then all the cards
Right.
that I've like built go away. There's so many things that can go wrong with Kyogre. I mean, is it just time? I don't know. I love Rapid Strike Starmie, and I love Blastoise, and I love Excalibur. Is it time for us all to just play like Seismitoad?
Mm, it's definitely high on the list for consideration. I mean that, or I don't know, man. It's like we see with most of these evolving decks that are in our format. If the opponent deck has the ability to pick out and be able to, or just naturally draw, because colorless doesn't search out anything, it just draws into everything because it sees 15 cards a turn.
Yeah,
So it's like with those against those decks, you really are asking yourself, okay, in these early turns, can I just dodge everything that they are picking out or drawing into because they're faster than me. The tempo is always going to be off of my side unless it's literally an Irida for Rare Candy Backs Caliber with energies in hand. That's why I play the 3 energy acceleration cards because I want to go fast. I want it to be able to get Drizzile, get something that gets me a couple of energies, and then we're off to the races. If we, have the Irida, or it's that's why where the list is where it's at because it tries to be just a little bit quicker off the jump, but these setup decks are tough. I will say not having Staryu Starmie didn't feel terrible.
hmm
I don't think I was ever really going to be in a lack of energy because if at any point you had ever knocked out the Veluza earlier, then that whole energy retention just happens a little bit earlier.
yeah,
You're very prone to hex, but if they hex you on the turn that Veluza was going to go off, you were never going to be able to space speak in that same turn anyway.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
One thing I'm kind of like thinking about now is we've all switched over to Baxcalibur, but
yeah,
Squirtle has bench protection.
right.
Should we not just be playing Blastoise now? Like we're never attacking with Baxcalibur. Is protecting from snipe worth it to just play the Squirtle? Because you always go rare candy anyway, right?
A lot of people are playing both now. A lot of
Yeah,
people are choosing to go that route where they're playing both backs and Blastoise and omitting the Snom line,
yeah.
which I made a little bit of space for that tonight, but then immediately had to plug it with Manaphy.
Manaphy.
Maybe if you,
I'm just
I
saying,
don't
maybe
know.
bench like self protection Squirtle might be the reason why we
Yeah,
have to play Blastoise now, right?
yeah,
Don't get me wrong, Excalibur is a more powerful card, but like I'm not gonna get Raging Bolt or Hitmon lead if I have that Squirtle up. So, things to think about. Obviously, they can still have Silent Lab, I guess, right? But from what I know, the Dragon deck can't afford to play Silent Lab because of all of its abilities or basics. Um,
right.
so
Our
something to think
beautiful
about.
Squirtle for those who have not seen this guy.
Yeah.
Shell Shield ability. Yeah, that I've seen a lot of people kicking around. Seen TM Evo be brought up a little bit over the last couple of weeks from different people.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that's an answer, but I don't know. That one feels like to me if you don't just have the Arvin or have the TM Evo, then you don't really want a TM Evo on a turn usually where you've evolved Drizzile, to search out Arvin. I don't know. I still have my water deck. Still definitely gonna be playing it and cooking with it. So maybe that is the answer. Is we'll play both and see where we land when dust settles.
Yeah, yeah,
I love Blastoise. Everyone knows that Blastoise is the card that got me into playing Pokemon back in 2016.
yeah. Love me some Blastoise too. So good, good to see that maybe we're considering it again, but not for the Blastoise, for the Squirtle. The Squirtle's the reason. Well, cool. Hey, close games. Well, close first game. Second game felt a little bit farther away from that, but fun games. I don't know, Logan. Are we going to do anything next week, or are we just going to be getting ready for Atlanta? What are you feeling?
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. I think that you know I'm fine doing either way, but if you want, take the week off and just kind of tell everybody, hey, we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks after we get back.
Yep.
Hope to see as many people as we can while we're there. I know that I cannot wait to be signing energy cards and handing them out to all of our guys. So
Oh yeah.
anybody
If you're
watch.
coming to Atlanta Regionals, bring some extra cards, especially if you're coming to our event. Back in the day, you used to like go to those tournaments, you used to like bring a card, and like whoever you played against during the round, you'd have them like sign a card. So like maybe consider bringing a card that like represents you as a player, or one of your favorite decks, or something you have extra of, or an energy card that's your favorite type. And then just maybe sign it and give it to someone, or maybe have someone sign it and just bring it with you and put it in your deck. So I'll definitely try to be bringing some of my bros cards for people to sign or to give to people if they want them to. So we'll figure it out, but just be thinking about it. I'm excited for Atlanta. So Logan, we'll talk more about next week. But for now, let's say no stream, but if it happens, cool.
Sure.
But cool.
Sounds good, B.
Cool. Hey everyone, thanks for hanging out with us. Had a good night. We'll see you all back